everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine, this is Leah Sees Movies, and we are back with the next episode of Young Justice. So last week I surprisingly enjoyed, not for The Outsiders obviously, but I was just really into the reveal that the League is intentionally manipulating the Outsiders' popularity, creating false events to boost that popularity and kind of generally boost the reputation of metas in general, and kind of hopefully in the long run tangentially the League, with Lex Luthor now being forced to promote and praise the League because the Outsiders are hindering his plans. Like, that was just such a fun reveal. Like, it was like the last 45 seconds of the episode and it just made the entire rest of the episode so beautifully sweet. Like, yeah, I was a really big fan of that twist. And this episode, from the thumbnail, is going to be a big focus on Jefferson, aka Black and Lightning. And, you know, if it's more time away from the children, I'm down. I'm with it. Because, you know, I've made my feelings clear on them. And you guys have not been encouraging, because you basically all said, you know how you don't enjoy Gar? He gets worse. Like, I'm laughing, but I was really like, wow, guys, like, you're like, season 4 is great, but Gar does not get better. I keep saying it every week. I'm like, is this the episode where they realize Dr. Jace is suspicious? Since her and Jefferson have a thing, I feel like it has to be this episode. If not now, then when? It has to be now, right? Right? Okay. Alright, so with high hopes that this is indeed the episode where we take down Dr. Jace, I am going to stop talking. Let's get started. January 1st, so we're picking... Hey!
Don't.
Victor, it's me.
How did you get this number?
Victor!
If I beg you to come to a game, you don't show. If I tell you I need space, you ignore my wish.
That is fair.
Don't call back.
He was trying to make you not die, to be fair. Like, absentee father, very dismissive, totally true, but also he thought you were gonna die and he did literally anything he could to save your life.
Victor Stone. Help! Hive drones! Victor Stone needs help!
Hive drones!
I guess Father Box isn't done with me. If it can't take my mind, it'll transform my whole body until I'm nothing but a walking, talking Father Box.
I guess the idea is, like, if it can take over all of his biological functions and the rest of his brain, then he just succumbs to the whims of the Father Box. But also, assuming this has been happening for a period of time, he just hasn't been telling anybody. He's just hanging out in his room.
Guys, this is Dreamer of the Forever People of New Genesis.
She believes your only hope is to place you in the Mobius chair of Metron. His Mobius chair is the only thing with a powerful enough connection to the source to purge Father Box's soul.
It's gone! Violet Harper has left the building!
They're having a really great night here.
Violet confessed to us that Gabrielle accepted a bribe to allow our parents' killers into the palace.
Well, even if that is true, that was Gabrielle, not Violet.
But I did not react well.
You did not react well. I was like, I don't know if she's really worried about Tara's reaction.
I'd like to come with you. You're the doctor. Vic needs you here.
She's like, I don't care about Vic. I've been working on one woman in particular.
No, Forager must stay with Victor Stone.
And
Forager is the only good hive drone to Vic.
Your resistance is low. The slightest stress could allow Father Box's advance. Hold your ears, Earthlings.
Seriously?
Mother Box will take you to Metron and return you upon your request.
Is Mother Box gonna ask that Metron dude for help, or?
Y'all giving me a headache. No more boom tubes in the house.
Is Brion Markov coming?
He's like, I have to lay in bed, think my thoughts, feel my feelings. Very important stuff.
Is that him? I think so. Metron, stop!
Got a blast!
Whoa. They're in a nose. Hey! Darkseid. Can I say I'm still disgusted by this plotline where they go to school on the other side of the country? I realize it's because we have to focus on
My brother and I were
this girl for some reason, but
Violet's run away from home, Harper. A lot of people are worried about her.
Must be great to have a lot of people worried about you.
McGann's really about to be like, crap, I'm adopting another teenager. I don't have room in the house for this. Devar, Kondak, all these fake Middle Eastern countries. Kardak? Kondak? I keep forgetting what that country in Black Adam is called.
مرحبا أمي.
You're not Gabrielle, though. Like, I guess if you have access to her memories, you can pass, but how is this a better situation for you? You're not gonna feel better.
Sorry. Since surface languages were not designed to be spoken underwater, I know being understood has been difficult. Are you certain you want to go? You are very brave.
Where are you putting this girl?
Unnamed Meditine. A41. Aquaman 2.
Unnamed Meditine. I'm just saying, there has to be like water-resistant ink or something. She can write her name down. There's gotta be like a water whiteboard situation. There are ways to communicate.
My translation magic is quite rusty.
Did you just speak Hindi? Or am I speaking English?
We are both speaking Atlantean.
I can talk. And you can understand me. Thank you.
She's nice. I like her. It could just be because she has a cool design. I'm gonna be honest. I love a good design. I'm partial to any character that looks cool.
I knew it! You wouldn't talk to me, so I asked Dr. Irons for a favor. Please, Victor, you are my...
Stress is not good for him right now. Can we reschedule? Maybe next week. Or March.
Father Box Tech is spread.
Oh, you noticed! Happened right after
Or July.
So once again, you're the...
Victor!
The excessive amount of body horror in animation recently.
Forager never thought Forager would actually stand on the face of Gog.
Weird. Standing on a god?
You're standing on the face of a...
Oh.
Come on now, you're grown. You're an adult man. You don't need to be like, are we boogers? Like...
Now where are we?
In the thick of it!
Who are Parademon shooting at?
Metron? Oh. What's up, Clark?
Your emotions are clearly affecting the
Yeah, you
condition.
think?
I know that?
His best option is a medically induced coma.
That's your solution? Putting me in a coma?
I mean, you can't be angry in a coma, probably.
No, I should do it. No one else should be responsible for this.
I mean, I'm not an expert on inducing comas, but I feel like it takes more than one syringe to make that happen.
Excuse me.
He's not even hooked up to an IV.
I know Victor's in good hands.
She could not care less about Victor. She's like, I had a main goal, and he is not it.
The Furies boom-tubed away with stolen minerals.
There will be no next time. The mineral taken here was the final element Desaad and Granny required for their device.
Hey, I know this is a weird time to ask, but would you be my best man? Of course. Wait, what?
Dude.
But we have a friend back on Earth, a human, who's being eaten alive by Father Box Tech.
You have my attention.
I must return with you.
We'll talk later. I swear no one makes my head spin like that kid.
I mean, he's been in a relationship since he was birthed, basically. I feel like him proposing isn't that shocking.
يموت.
الرعاية الصحية في كرك صعب الحصول عليها إلا إذا كنتم مانئون. سوف نتصرف.
That is exactly how I talk to my kid when I find out they have cancer, let's just say. Gotta provide socio-political context to all our conversations. I mean, I feel like they probably thought their daughter was dead already. Is it nicer to show back up and be like, I'm alive, but I'm dying?
What's your name?
No. And I will not now.
It is all right, child. You begin a new life in Atlantis.
Also, I fully thought this man was McDead this whole time, so good for him, he's still breathing.
Why did you stop being Aquaman?
New favorite
Ruling
character.
Atlantis is more than enough responsibility for any one person.
Get into the real
It was
questions.
always my intent for Kaldur to become the Aquaman when he was ready, and he most certainly is ready.
He's like, I backed out when shit got rough, and also, as per usual, I made Kaldur deal with it.
Outsiders has reached us here in Poseidonis. The Queen and I were very impressed, particularly with their defeat of Professor Ivo.
Right.
They did admirable work under difficult circumstances.
I guess he feels bad about lying to his king or whatever, but...
More than that, the leadership you've shown with the outsiders is having its effect back
Leadership?
in Markovia.
What has he led, exactly?
For you, and you're doing your country proud.
you're part of a K-pop group and everyone likes you now is not the same as leadership.
This is Metron. He can save Vic.
There has been a
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I'm gonna kill him.
I am here to watch him die.
Oh.
I have never seen a father box completely override an organic system. Such a thing is worthy of study.
Study it? You need to stop it. My son is dying.
Death is commonplace.
The funniest part is that
we don't actually need Metron, just his chair.
Is that what's his name? Victor Stone would probably do some shit like this if it was anyone who wasn't his son. So
if you're really a god, then I guess you can handle this.
Jefferson's had some stress to work out. So
parents, Shalena and Calvin.
Aww.
We are very pleased you will be staying.
Backstory.
And I think I can help you adjust. I'm from the surface world myself.
Biracial. He's biracial.
I think you are the one who is unhappy.
Can't believe his dad is just from California. That's amazing.
You think lying makes you a bad man. And bad men do not feel bad when they lie. You are a good man, Kalduram.
This is weird for someone you've talked to like 3 times, but Kaldur is a very sad character, so I'm really happy that someone is there to tell him he's a good guy.
I've seen plenty of bruises on you, but I've never seen any on Cullen before now. Ask yourself whom your silence is shielding now. Cullen or your father?
This is actually pretty well like written. I just don't really understand what its purpose is in an episode that is otherwise interesting.
And I believe it can be better than what you and Cullen have now.
I like binged 5 seasons of Shameless in a couple of days, and weirdly this one feels more apt in there than here.
Our dad hits us. لا ليست مشكلة تميتات الجينات.
None of that matters. I thought my disappearance might make you broken, so I came here to fix you.
Aww.
You don't even sound like my daughter.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was like, does it make it better to show back up? She's like, I wanted to fix you, which, like, the intent is nice, but truly psychic damage for you to come back and be like, I'm not your daughter, like, she's dead already.
Motherbox, tell the chair to save Vic!
Brione, could you do anything to help restrain the new god we have over here? I mean, I guess Jefferson has it, but there's no need to stress him out unnecessarily. Also, his heart being half robot is freaking awesome. Oh, unpleasant sounds, unpleasant sounds. That was easy.
The soul of the father box is returned to the source.
Your Vic is all Mobius tech. A missed opportunity for study.
I definitely heard that as Morbius. It's not actually funny.
Is your granny the same as our Gretchen Good?
No. And yes.
Yeah, Vic was right. All those boom tube sounds right into your headphones. Unpleasant.
You'll be all right. I can go now.
Oh, Dad, since you're here. I like that you stood up for me and stuff. Kinda missed you.
Algoon! You killed her, Gabrielle!
No, the traffickers killed her and me.
This is where that disconnect between being an AI and being a human,
You possess her body, you unholy demon!
This does not make anyone feel better. Should have just stayed gone.
You have given me the closure you sought to give, and for that, I thank you. I hope you find peace among your family.
What is up with this, animate? What? Wait, whoa! Plot twist! Yeah, what's with this clips? Like, this feels like a season finale. Why are we montaging like this? I still don't trust her. I still don't trust her. I still don't trust her.
I received your message.
Weren't Kaldur and old dude fighting over that other girl? That's hilarious. Good for them.
Of course, Slade. I shall keep you posted. Terra out.
Yeah, okay. What was that? Okay, first of all, no outsiders, no Gar. Beautiful. Love that for me. We got, you know, Aquaman, old Aquaman is alive, which I genuinely was unsure about. We got to meet Kaldur's parents. His dad used to be human. That's interesting. Would love to learn more. He's dating old dude. Don't remember his name. That was fun. I like that we have an unnamed, for some reason, meta-teen who's now in not Atlantis. That was all fun. And I like that we got Victor and it's just that felt very uneven. Like, usually you have like an A plot and a B plot, and they're not always connected. Sometimes they're completely separate things, but like thematically they'll be connected or something like that. This was like arguably A plot Vic, B plot unnamed fish girl, C plot, I don't know, would the C plot be Harper or Violet? Don't even know. And then D, so I guess interchangeably C and D plot Harper and Violet. So now we have 4 plot lines in a 22-minute episode that are not really connected to each other at all. And then they end it with a montage as though it's the season finale, which it's not. It's like they even realized they had so many plot lines that they were like, I don't know, let's just do a cross-cutting of everyone hugging and whatever. And then they actually end the episode with Tara checking in with Slade, which is something they've keep, you know, seeding. Like, bro, we get it. She's a spy. But it has led to, like, nothing useful. Like, if she even disrupted a plan at this point, like, because we've at this point had like 4 or 5 episodes where it ends with her texting or calling or some kind of, ooh, she's a spy, but she's not like doing anything with that. Like, no mission has been disrupted because of her. There's no hint of what their plan is, so they just keep reminding us that she's a spy. And that super did not need to be in this episode when you already had 4 other plot lines. And then I'm mad because I saw the thumbnail and was like, yeah, we're about to see Jefferson. Like, 'cause I didn't actually read it. When you read it, it's Victor Stone. But it's like, yeah. I was like, this is going to be a Jefferson-focused episode. This is going to be great. He just electrocuted a guy for a little bit. like, interesting that they chose to make him the thumbnail for this episode when he's not even a major player in any of the 4 plots that are in this episode. And I was like, cool, we're gonna get a Victor-focused episode, but then he's laying down in a temporary coma, which lasts exactly 2.3 hours, I guess, while the other team teleports around. We met Metron, so it's like we're kind of meeting the new gods. We've got confirmation that Granny Goodness is from Apocalypse, which, I mean, we already knew that. Even if you aren't, like, an expert on the comics, like, the show at this point has given us this information. So this isn't new to us either. And then it literally ends with a PSA like, hey, here's to call if you're facing domestic abuse, which is not bad, but really random. Like if Violet doesn't end up being a meta person, if her dad doesn't end up being a supervillain, if her little brother doesn't get kidnapped or something, I will be so confused as to why they wasted time, on a plotline about a classmate that doesn't matter when there's a bunch of other plots happening. There's a couple episodes left. There's still time for there to be some big reveal with her. But Megan's adventures as a camp counselor is like, why? Vic is friends with his father again, which, like, is nice, especially because it got to a point where he was like, he was trying to, like, not have you die. Like, you gotta give him that. Then also, we got to see Clark for, like, 10 seconds, and Connor's like, hey, you wanna be my best man? And it's like, okay, so we're throwing some comedy into this episode. Clearly it's supposed to be, like, funny. I mean, we get a whole point of, like, Superman being like, that kid is so crazy. I think the actually only impactful thing of this episode is Victor is no longer being taken over by the father box, but the problem with that is that they only introduced this problem this episode. So you introduce a problem, you resolve it in the same episode, and it's the only thing that had any kind of potential ramifications on the rest of the season. Everything else, Harper is in foster care now. Sad. Okay. Violet got forgiveness from Gabrielle's parents, or Gabrielle's mother, which is like a very nice character moment, and I never want to say a character moment is a waste of time. So I actually don't resent its existence. I just don't really understand its placement, and it didn't go anywhere else with it. Like, at no point did she even talk about wanting to go visit Gabrielle's mom, so it just felt so random. That she's like, oh, well, I ruined my relationship with Brienne, I guess I'll, deign to speak to her parents. Which, again, what I was saying last episode about wishing we had focused maybe on having Vic and Gabrielle have had some, actual conversations. If we're gonna have a slower episode, if we're gonna have an emotionally focused episode, if we'd had Vic and Gabrielle talking last episode, and then we get action with them this episode, it means a little something. When the last time we saw Vic was just for the other characters to go, no one ever sees him, this doesn't mean as much. Except that Forager is a good friend. Forager's great. Kaldur has been. I'm still happy we got to see anything with Kaldur. I don't get why that girl doesn't want to give her name though. I mean, even Violet chose the name Violet, or was given it. I think Brienne picked it. But what are we gonna call you? Hey you? You need something, a title, a reference point. Blue-haired girl, give me something. She did serve her function that I serve every week of telling Kaldur he's a very special boy who is doing his best and he's not appreciated enough. So again, the new favorite character. Yeah, so that was my thoughts on this episode. They were as sporadic and loosely connected as the events of this episode. I don't know if it was bad necessarily. I think for most of the episode I was like, okay, I'm having a good time, we're having some fun character moments and I enjoy that. But then by the end I was, even though Harper I still never understood, but then by the end it was just like, what is happening? Why? And it's even while it was happening I didn't question it, but then for some reason right at the end you go, why were there 4 plot lines? Where was the connection between them? Did these matter this late into the season? It was just a series of odd choices. I don't know. It was not bad, but odd. Alright, well, on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. All those good things that make me very, very happy. If you don't want to do that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I still really, really appreciate you. You can follow me on Twitter, while Twitter lasts, at Leah Sees Movies. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!